Hey guys, welcome back to another Six Flags Great America Construction Update. I know it's been a while, but there really hasn't been anything to look at until recently. They held the No Coaster Con presentation, and the park released a whole bunch of information on projects that are currently going on behind the scenes leading up to the park's 50th anniversary. Thanks to my friend JT for taking these pictures. He was at the event. First things first, 50th anniversary celebration. Fantastic. It'll be running from June 20th to August 9th. They will be open until 10 p.m. every single night. This shouldn't be something that's crazy, but in recent years, the park has not been open this late. Thankfully, this park will actually be open. There's going to be some sort of nighttime spectacular, a stage show, and a theme parade. There's going to be food and beverage offerings, lots of different fun little things that they're going to do to dress up the park for the 50th. Looking at food and beverage, there's going to be an ice cream parlor back where the Firehouse Snacks used to be. I believe this is something that used to be like this. This is actually a Great America Parks picture that they put up on the screen. There's also going to be a legacy store and museum up at the Emporium with some exclusive anniversary merch. One of the first major projects that they're doing in the park is getting an entrance that is similar to California's Great America. That means that they will actually be truncating the front reflection pond and adding a flower bed with a logo directly in front of the reflection pond. This looks very cool at California's Great America. I did like that we had a little bit of a different look going on just between the two parks, but it'll still look pretty cool regardless. The toll booth is also going to be updated. It looks like they're going to just kind of repaint it. Maybe they'll actually also implement new fast parking gates. We got those installed a few years ago and then they just never used them. So hopefully they can make the whole parking check process a little bit quicker. We can see the toll booth over here, but from this perspective, I can't really see anything that's changed thus far. And also there's going to be anniversary bricks. It looks like they're going to be putting that kind of in front of the front entrance. So that's a great opportunity to get your brick into the park. Getting into the really interesting things, Whizzer is getting a retrack, actually. There are going to be 14 new pieces on Whizzer. Unfortunately, from the perspective that I have to fly the drone, I can't really get a great shot of the front entrance and Whizzer. However, I did get a few shots that actually do show the work that was going on that they announced. So if we zoom in here on Whizzer, there's the mid-course breaker on there, and then you come around the lift hill. You can see the track here. From here to here is missing. You can see the stub of where there isn't track here. And actually, the snow that we got helps highlight this in this case. But this seems to be the section that they are retracking currently. But hopefully what this means is that if this project is successful over the next couple or few years, more and more of this ride can be retracted so it can stay around for the rest of eternity. Just something a little fun here. This is not the first time I have seen Whizzer without some track pieces. These pictures are from 2018, November of 2018, in fact. And this was during the construction of Max Force. They had to remove a couple of track pieces to install one of Max Force's supports, so they had to take out a few pieces of track. You can also see kind of the work that's going on in the front entrance up here. This is the reflection pond right here, obviously with the carousel right here. But you can see some sort of walls going up in the front section of the reflection pond. These kind of look like a similar color to what concrete forms look like. So I'm guessing that they're pouring some sort of new concrete wall there. And then this front area will just be filled in with dirt and turned into a planter with the logo. And then behind it will be the rest of the reflection pond. Here's just another different shot of that. It's a worse shot of Whizzer, but a better shot of what the front entrance might end up looking like. So yeah, you can see the forms there. What used to be the blue outline for the whole reflection pond, and then the white of the actual what will be remaining of the reflection pond. They also got a new lift chain on Roaring Rapids, and there's also going to be some 50th themed audio for the Scenic Railway and Skytrack Tower. And there's also the removal of the go-karts. Thank God, finally. I think this was kind of assumed. They had announced last year that we were going to be getting a new kids area, and there's one big plot in the park that's left basically just kind of open land, and that is the go-karts. It's a big eyesore in the middle of the park, and it's great to finally be getting rid of them. In regards to the actual kids area. There's zero mention from the park of this, and the park has never really actually acknowledged the kids area ever. This was only an announcement from corporate. So I would completely expect at this point to not be getting a kids area this year. But I would think that if they are going to get a kids area eventually, this would be the plot to do it. You can see, obviously, we got a picture on the ground, but you can see that almost everything from the go-karts is gone. You can see the excavators there, where the equipment that they used to remove the thing, but the whole pavilion where the station is gone now. I would expect there to be a lot of work walls that go up for this year, but not a whole lot extra going on in this plot for this year. I don't think. I think it's just a little too late for that. Raging Bull is getting new entrance stairs. We have a little bit more information on this that we'll go over later, but these stairs always sucked. They were kind of wobbly and a little sketchy, but they're also pretty narrow. This queue line never really worked in a great way. This is how the queue currently works. Green is the entrance, the standard standby queue, and red is the exit for the ride. If you are a Flash Pass user, you would come up the exit, walk along the majority of the exit, impeding a lot of traffic. And then we come down over here, there's a little booth that you would cross in. There'd be an attendant here, and then this is where the Flash Pass would be injected into the queue. So it was a pretty inefficient system. This exit path is pretty tight, and especially if there was like an ADA guest who had a wheelchair, there was a lot of fighting of people walking up and down the same narrow path. The staircase is completely gone, so this is where the staircase would have been, and then these are the footers, and then this is a lot of the railings have been removed here just for construction access along the queue. And yeah, with a freedom of information request through the city of Gurnee, we were actually able to get the Raging Bull entrance stair permit plans. So what's actually interesting is this has a phase 1 and a phase 2. Phase 1 involves demoing the existing wooden stair and concrete footings completely. That's what this looked like here. And then what they're going to do is pour a slab and then build the new staircase on top of it. It will be an 8-foot wide steel entrance rather than a 4-foot wooden entrance. This just means that they can have 2 sets of 4-foot wide staircases made of steel this time, so they're a little less janky. That will allow for both fast lane on the outside and standard guests on the inside. That means that they can have the grouper up here, which is closer to the rest of the crew. This is what it'll look like on the outside. So steel with cross bracing, so it still kind of looks old time. I'm guessing they'll paint it to be like brown or whatnot, so it fits in a little bit better. Phase 2, I don't know if phase 2 is going to happen this year or next year or something, but phase 2 is to actually completely reconfigure the walkway. They're actually going to add a second walkway all the way from these staircases all the way back to the existing shade structures. There will be some sort of extra entrance here. Actually, this queue house right here has extra paths around the entire thing. I think they used to have like character actors walking around in this or something, but there's already a gate in the fence right here. And then they'll walk down here, use the existing staircase, and walk next to here, walk all the way down, walk up their own set of staircases, and then merge in the station with a grouping attendant right here. Now, here's a good comparison between the current entry and exit queue, and they're also going to abandon the connection from the exit to the entrance that was previously used for Fast Pass, and reconfigure the queue to add that second lane all the way out there. This operates like it should have been the whole time, but I'm glad that they finally are doing this. Wrath is also getting a few updates. Apparently the lockers that are in the plaza there didn't work last year, so they'll be working this year maybe. There's also going to be an on-ride photo now, which is great. And more. I don't know what more means, but it's good that that ride is getting its final finishing touches finally. They're also getting a little bit of merch. Good stuff. And then yeah, obviously the Emporium and museum is going to be very interesting to see. I'm interested to see what this museum is going to be like. I know California's Great America has a small carousel museum in their carousel plaza. So I'm assuming it'll be something small like that. One thing that wasn't announced, but is good to note, is that American Eagle is getting some retracking. Flags is getting a remodel. Looks like they're just gonna update things, make sure guests can flow a little bit easier. That the like center island, they used to have a center island here with the checkout, and that was always a pretty big bottleneck. So it'll be pretty cool to see that changed. Thanks for watching. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on things throughout the rest of the winter here. And yeah, keep an eye out for future updates. See you in the next one.